Alright, we're back in 1776 and it's a year that's as wild as it gets for the American colonies. Picture this, the colonies are getting fed up with British rule, tensions are high and everyone's asking, are we really gonna go through with this whole independence thing? Now this time it's not the big names like Washington or Jefferson making headlines. Nope, it's North Carolina of all places that's about to shake things up. On April 12, 1776, they step up with something called the Halifax Resolves, a bold declaration that basically says, we're ready for independence, let's do this. It might not be as famous as the Declaration of Independence, but make no mistake, this was a huge step in getting America to break free. Let's dive into how a single vote in a small North Carolina town made history. Alright, let's set the stage. It's early 1776 and things in the colonies are tense. For years, the British have been treating the colonies like their personal piggy bank, throwing down taxes and laws left and right without any real representation. From the Tea Act to the Stamp Act, people have had enough. But it's not just about money anymore, it's about respect, freedom, and a sense of identity that's growing among the colonists. Now keep in mind, the colonies aren't united just yet. We're talking about 13 distinct areas with different economies, cultures, and priorities. Some, like Massachusetts, are all fired up after the Boston Tea Party. Others, especially in the South, are more cautious, worrying about what full independence could mean for their lives and economies. In North Carolina, this tension is especially thick. The colony is split between loyalists, those who still support British rule, and patriots who are ready to kick the British to the curb. And right in the middle of this division, we've got the provincial Congress meeting in a place called Halifax. The question on everyone's mind? Independence. Are they ready to throw their weight behind the idea of a completely separate America? April 12, 1776. A date that might not be in every history book, but it's about to make waves. Here's the deal. Delegates from across North Carolina come together in Halifax for what's called the Fourth Provincial Congress. It's a gathering of the colony's most influential people, and they've got a massive decision on their hands. After hours of heated debates, discussions, and probably some serious side-eye across the room, they take a vote. The result? A set of resolutions called the Halifax Resolves. And this isn't just another list of complaints or a mild protest. The Halifax Resolves is North Carolina saying, we support independence, and we think the other colonies should too. This document gives their representatives the power to join a formal call for independence at the Continental Congress. This is the first time any colony has made an official statement in favor of independence. North Carolina isn't just talking about change, they're pushing for it. They're the first to throw down the gauntlet, urging the other colonies to consider breaking away from Britain for good. The Halifax Resolves might not sound as famous as the Declaration of Independence, but without it, who knows if the other colonies would have had the guts to take that leap. So, what happens after North Carolina drops the Halifax Resolves? Well, let's just say it's like the first domino falling. News of North Carolina's decision spreads fast. Other colonies start taking a serious look at this whole independence thing, realizing, hey, if North Carolina is willing to take this step, maybe we should too. It's like they broke the ice and suddenly the idea doesn't seem so impossible or scary. In fact, less than 2 months later, on July 2, 1776, the Continental Congress votes in favor of independence, and by July 4th, the Declaration of Independence is officially adopted. But North Carolina's resolve doesn't just vanish in the background. It's remembered as the first formal push that gave the Congress the courage to go all in on independence. And let's not forget, back in Halifax, the people are fired up. The Halifax Resolves become a symbol of North Carolina's commitment to the cause. It's like their rallying cry, a declaration that says, we're ready to fight, to stand, and to build a nation free from British rule. Other colonies might have had more famous names, but North Carolina was the first to say, we're done waiting, let's make history. So, why does the Halifax Resolves matter in the bigger picture? Why do we care about one colony's decision when the Declaration of Independence gets all the spotlight? Because without North Carolina's lead, who knows if the other colonies would have been brave enough to take that final step? The Halifax Resolves is like the spark that lights the fire, the first real sign that full independence isn't just a dream, it's a goal within reach. This document shows us the power of a single, bold move. It's North Carolina standing up and saying, "This is what we believe in, and we're willing to fight for it." It's a reminder that real change doesn't always come from the most famous places or the most well-known figures. Sometimes it starts in the quiet corners, in the decisions of a few people who dare to take a stand. The Halifax Resolves is more than just a piece of paper. It's the voice of a people who've had enough of oppression, of taxes without representation, of being told what to do by a king who doesn't even know their names. It's North Carolina claiming its place in history as the first colony to officially endorse independence, setting the stage for everything that followed. So here's the big takeaway. The Halifax Resolves isn't just some dusty piece of history. It's a reminder of what happens when people stand up for what they believe in. North Carolina wasn't the wealthiest, the biggest, or even the loudest colony. But when the moment came, they stepped up and took the lead. They didn't wait for someone else to make the first move. They were the first move. In a way, the Halifax Resolves is a symbol of courage, of unity, and of the willingness to take risks for a better future. It's a message that still resonates today, showing us that sometimes you don't need a big platform or a famous name to make an impact. All it takes is conviction and the guts to go first. So, as we wrap up, remember North Carolina's bold stand with the Halifax Resolves. It might not be in every history book, but it's a moment that deserves its place in the story of America's journey to freedom. And if you love this dive into history, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because there are plenty more untold stories waiting to be discovered. Let's keep bringing the past to life, one incredible story at a time. See you in the next one.